Look, I get it. There's controversy around this film, but I'm here to just talk about the film itself. So I'm finally here to give you my review of the new film, Napoleon. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Napoleon, which is available right now in theaters. So I saw this film a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just late to the review, but I still want to talk about it because honestly, this film is definitely in award season contention. Folks are definitely expecting to hear this, and folks involved with this film name be called at any award show at this rate, and rightfully so, because I think that, first of all, Ridley Scott name definitely speaks epic. And when I say epic, he knows how to do an epic, but like you already know, his films are typically epic. And with that, I without a doubt, it's not even for question. The film visually is just mind-blowingly good. These battles that they show, it just looks amazing. Every little detail. And while that's, you're learning about the great Napoleon, you know, the Emperor of France and his wife and all those sorts of different things, played by Joaquin Phoenix. You also have Vanessa Kirby there, who's his wife. I get it. But I think from the cinematography alone and the directing, the film without a doubt is amazing. But I think once folks start to like get too invested with it, you know, because like there's a lot with Napoleon. I mean, you could talk about the Haiti Revolution that they really didn't focus a lot on. You can also talk about him blowing up a pyramid, because that didn't happen. Like, yes, there's some inaccuracies with it. There's definitely some shiftiness of the timeline and whatnot, if you know a little bit of anything. But nonetheless, for the film itself, I thought it was an amazing film to really introduce you to Napoleon. If you've never heard anything, I think Joaquin Phoenix played him fantastically, because you really bought into the character. Listen, this was the Emperor of France, and he went from captain to general, and just his leadership to king. I mean, you just saw the progression. You understood why he strategized the way he did. You understood his love for his wife and just the difficult decisions that were made. And like, a lot of this isn't pretty. War never is. But with all of this even happening, the film never really overly takes itself serious. Like, Joaquin definitely finds his moments to be like creepy, because he does that very well in previous roles. There's also mild forms of humor kind of thrown in there at times. But ultimately, regardless if you know Napoleon or not, you really got a believable sort of composite of who you may think he is to be, and ultimately drive you to want to do additional research. But I think for me, I think the biggest thing is just understanding his strategy with war, his utilization of cannons. Again, as I mentioned, he did not hit the Egyptian pyramid with a cannon. I don't know where they got that idea from. I searched high and low. I didn't see anything. I could be wrong, but I swear I've never heard or had seen that. And I think that, you know, with his very strange personality, you still sort of get an understanding of why he operated the way he did. And with that too, you know, there was manipulation, but it's war, and it's a lot of war. I mean, listen, they highlighted 61 battles. They talk about the many people that died, that was aligned with him. 3 million people, you know, even to his last words being Josephine, which is his wife, you know, and you'll see the story of his wife as well too. But you get all of that. And I think that while he was an amazing strategist and won some great victories, you know, you start digging into the history, you say like there's some inaccuracies and whatnot. And again, that's what I'm here for. I'm just saying that like it needs to be addressed because the controversy behind that and whatnot. But nonetheless, for what it's worth, the battlefield, just amazing scenes. And as a person who's not really a big fan of period pieces. I thought the costume designs, the war, the score, everything felt larger than life. As I mentioned, Ridley Scott knows how to do an epic here. And, you know, it gets a little gory and bloody at times. It's a very, very unpredictable film when it comes down to the violence in it. And then even with that too, there's this moments that just really, really, really have you just jaw dropped, almost at a complete utter silence of just what are you seeing on screen, because this narcissist of a emperor here just really stopped at nothing to really be that top person. And yeah, while he was a big fish in the pond, they were bigger, and it really didn't stop him from ever, you know, claiming or just his complete desire to be the top person and rule all of Europe. But like I said, though, it finds its moment to be funny. He was never smooth with the ladies, you'll see. And I got to give a shout out to the drummers that were at war that just took L's left and right. So I enjoyed this film. Again, when I think about award season, I definitely think about directing. I think cinematography should be mentioned, and I thought the score was definitely there. Joaquin Phoenix performance was great, but there's some other really, really, really good performances there. Maybe he gets a nod, but I don't think that. I'm not going to say this was one of his game-changing and one of his best performances yet. I did enjoy Vanessa Kirby, but also didn't think this was one of her best performances. It's not a knock, but I mean, we're talking about award season here. So are we looking to say these are folks that's going to be nominated and win? Nominated, yes. Win, I'm not totally sure. But it's been a great year for Vanessa Kirby, man. From Mission Impossible to this, I think that without a doubt, expect better and greater things for her down the line. And of course, we'll see Joaquin Phoenix in something creepy, because that's just what he does. But nonetheless, minus the controversy, go check out this film if you're able to go watch a film and just let it be that. Yes, inaccuracies are there. We're going to acknowledge that. But for what it's worth for a film, it's visually just mesmerizing. You're going to just find yourself scaling these battlefields, watching the action happen, hearing the cannons blast. They nail that to the T, and it's super enjoyable. But yeah, check it out, folks. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.